What's good, everybody? It's your boy JTL, Opposite from the Norm. And real quick, I just want to let y'all know about Opposite from the Norm apparel t-shirts. Brought to you by GFam G-Wear. You like our show and our content? Then go to gfament.com and click on G Store, and there you can purchase an Opposite from the Norm t-shirt. Also, you can check out other great tees that represent true kings and true queens as well. Shirts that motivate and make you feel great. Once again, that's gfament.com and click on the G Store link to get your apparel tees. Now back to the show. Chill. Head switching to our first topic. I'm gonna let my man HD go ahead break down what his first topic and let him dive in.
All right, so for my topic for today, I kind of wanted to kind of touch on just briefly the male side of what we had been talking about on the previous shows. We had been pointing out some things about uh, as we call them, the bitches and hoes out there. We were not talking about the beautiful, intelligent black women. We were talking about the bitches and hoes. There's a difference. Anyway, I just wanted to touch on you know the young brothers out there that are kind of fucking up and just with me reading certain things and going over some of my readings. I just wanted to touch on some of the things that I felt, a couple bullet points that I felt for the young brothers that's out there fucking up, so that we can be fair. We pointed out what the young sisters are doing, so we need to point out what the young brothers are doing. First thing I wanted to touch on was the young brothers out there that are just going around making babies with multiple women. Like, I'm not sitting here vouching and saying that you got to marry this person or marry that person. And I'm definitely not saying that you got to, you know, not be young and have fun. But when you are under the age of 30 and you out here having 7 different kids from 7 different women, that's just creating problem upon problem upon problem. And it's also, I'm not saying that the women don't have an obligation in it because it takes two to tango, but for the young brothers, you got to step up and do the right thing. You can be a bachelor, you can be a player or whatever, but just do it the right way. Strap up, wear a condom, stop making all these babies with girls and women that you don't want to be with. That's just reality. Sometimes you may go on a date or you may be chilling or talking with a young lady and you just want to have fun with her. You just want to, you don't want her to be your woman. You don't want her to be your wife. You just want to chill with her. So stop making babies with these girls that you don't want to be with. We all know that's a reality. Every girl that you talk with or fuck with ain't a long-term situation. So just do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? That's my first bullet point. You want to make a comment on that? All right, I guess he don't. He's just silent. Number two, my second bullet point is for the young men out there who are not paying and skipping out on their child support. Yeah, we know we can have a long, drawn out conversation about child support and how fucked up it is, and how the judges be fucking over some of us. But for the brothers that unfortunately have to go along those lines, just do what you got to do. Just take care of the kids. Now I know, of course, we can't help what the young woman does with the money when she gets it, because we know it's a lot of sisters out there who fuck up the money and don't be spending it on the babies. But just do what you got to do. That avoids a lot of arguments. It avoids a lot of additional court dates, and it just relieves a lot of added stress in your life. JTL, you want to make a comment on that?
Oh
All
man, keep
right.
going.
All right. I guess I'm just doing the show by myself.
Oh, shut up.
My third bullet point for the young brothers out there who are just living off of being supported by a woman. That really hurts me inside when I see that, because as young black men, we don't have to do that. We don't have to live off or be supported by no woman. We're too smart and we're too strong to be doing that. And it also just makes it look bad, because just think about it. If you live in there just living off a woman, that gives her the extra ammunition, if something goes wrong, to talk shit about you, to throw you out, you ain't got nowhere to go. So stop letting these women support you. Yeah, there may be a time where you may be down and fall upon some hard times and you may need some help. Sometimes we all need help, but don't just live off and be supported by no woman. Don't do that. We're better than that. We should be able to look at ourselves in the mirror and say, yo, yes, these crackers make it hard for us. Yes, these crackers make things very difficult for us and they stop us sometimes from getting jobs or getting opportunities. But there's so many different ways. There's things that you can do on the internet. There's a lot of things that you can do besides just sitting around and being supported by a woman. My next bullet point is blaming others for your fate for your failures. We got to stop doing that. I've ran across a lot of brothers that even blame their parents. Like, it's my mama's fault I'm in this situation. I'm 40 years old, and we need to stop blaming others and just take accountability for ourselves. Like I said, we already know what the crackers do to us. We already know what they bring to us. But if we do things on ourselves, like my partner, JTL, he has a lot of things going on, in his personal life, that things that he's trying to do himself, so he don't have to work for no cracker. So he don't have to work for none of these white organizations. So yeah, the white people do make it hard for us. Even if you don't have a jail record, they still make it hard for us, because I've been through that. Walking into an interview room and they they not knowing that I'm a black man, and when I walk into the room, their eyes get big or the whole air drops out the room because they thought they was going to interview a white boy, but my black ass is walking in there. So yes, I know that it's very hard and difficult out there, but hey, sometimes we just have to say fuck the white man and do it ourselves. Start your own business, start your own hustle. Whether it's doing t-shirts, doing dinners, whatever. If you want to be a rapper, if you whatever the case may be, if you feel like, hey, these crackers are not giving it to us, just go get it on your own. My next bullet point: not spending time with your children. There are a lot of people like my partner who's went through a lot of things with their kid's mother, with the preventing of seeing their kid. But there are situations out there where there are young brothers who don't have that roadblock, and they just don't spend the time with the kids. And it's not anything to do with money. It's about spending time with the kids, teaching them things, teaching them how to read, teaching them how to write, teaching them how to put on their clothes, teaching them, about grooming, teaching them about, smelling right, teaching them about respecting themselves, teaching them about respecting women, respecting their mom, their grandma. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of things that we miss out on doing if we're not spending time with our children. And a lot of young boys and girls out there who have fathers where the mother is not blocking them, and they just are spending their time in the streets, or spending their time chasing other women, or just spending their time just sitting on the fucking sofa playing video games, drinking and smoking, instead of spending quality time with your kids. Even the little things like teaching them how to ride a bike. Those are things that are gonna be memories that are gonna last them for the rest of their life. So we have to start spending more time with our children as young black men. That's something that we definitely got to do, because we got to be the teachers. We got to be the leaders. Yes, the mothers can teach them certain things, but we as the men, we got to be the leaders. We got to lead this next generation and teach them right from wrong, teach them manners. It's so many little kids that I see nowadays that don't even do the yes ma'am, no ma'am thing. And that's something that we could be teaching them, showing them to respect their elders. It's so many little kids out there who don't even hold the door open for old ladies, you know what I'm saying, anymore. That just comes from being taught in the house. So we need to start spending more time with our children. And last bullet point for all our young brothers: stop hating and killing other young black men. Yes, I know it's hard sometimes if you have beef with somebody, or somebody does something or disrespects you or whatever, but there are certain situations that we can walk away from. And if you can walk away from a situation where, you can just let words handle things, let's do that. Because the white people, the white man, these crackers, they already got it in for us. The police, they already taking us down, so we don't need to keep adding to those numbers. If there's any way that you can peacefully talk something out, or that you can just, kind of turn a blind eye and let it go, Let's do that because we do not need to continue killing each other off and having our young brothers dying at 18, 21, 25 over nonsense, over things that can be talked out, over things that can be resolved without bullets flying. It's so many young black brothers that are dead right now or that died when I was younger over a conversation or argument or even a fucking female. Like, stop killing each other over a fucking female, yo, because that man gonna be dead, you gonna be in prison, and then this hoe gonna be out fucking the next man. You know what I'm saying? Like little things that can be talked or it can be resolved. We need to do those things so that we can still have these young brothers here today to be doing some great things. So those are my bullet points for my topic.
Okay, and I just wanted to let you go through them so we can dialogue about them. The
Okay.
first thing with one of the first things with guys not being there for their kids, that's some fuck boy shit.
Yeah.
And sadly, it's like we see all the time, right? The mix up where you have females that will be decent women at least to raising their kids, and dudes don't be there for their children. You know what I'm saying? Myself, my situation is opposite, unfortunately, where I'm going through something with a female who mad, I guess, that I don't want to be with her, so she taking out on blocking me and my child's relationship. So for the
And that's
dudes,
why I brought you
I'm
up.
more
And that's
jealous of
why I
that
brought
shit.
you up because you are the opposite of the brothers I was saying. You were in a situation where you wanted to do the right thing and you were agonizing over, damn man, I just want to spend time with my son. But then you got these, like you call them, these fuck niggas and fuck boys who don't have the roadblock you did and they can see their son freely and they don't. Those niggas are a piece of shit because a brother like you would have died just to have some quality time with your son, and you had to go through all these fights and arguments and all this bullshit just to be with your son, just to be a good man. And these fuck boys out there who don't have that, who have the woman begging them to spend time with the kid, and they don't. That's why I wanted to highlight you and then highlight those fuck boys. Go ahead.
I appreciate that, and it's sad enough that you will have those type of females. And what's messed up in our community, you will have a bunch of people, right? That, I'm not saying give no handouts, but let's keep it real. Opportunity can be considered a handout too. So that's why you have a lot of people in this world, especially this country, that unless you can do something for them, they won't even give you an opportunity to prove that you're worth something. So you have a lot of sisters that are good, decent sisters that are raising their kids and handling their responsibility, get no help from the man whatsoever, and then they just highlight those sisters as if um their biggest issue was just sleeping with the wrong man. But you'll have some guys that'll trick females into thinking they're a good dude and do them wrong. And that happens to all women. So we gotta stop listening because they're gonna push it, but it'll change and basically fall on deaf ears. You pay no mind and handle your business. If we just pay attention to the good women out there that's doing their thing, and just like we celebrate and appreciate, and God bless the good men and women that are black that are doing their thing. But the sad part, like we talking about now, is the fuck niggas that be not there for their children. And you know what I'm saying? I went through that as a young man. I thank God for my godfathers that's been there for me. I had multiple, they claimed me. I'm thankful for that, or older brothers in my community that I grew up talking to me, because what's sad nowadays, everybody just, that ain't my responsibility, and that's not cool. And that's why I shitted on Denzel Washington punk ass like I did, because he just, well, where was the fathers? And that's it. Are you being a father figure to brothers in your community, or are you going to, the black communities? Because all you doing is talking shit about them, but you're not helping them at all. And I ain't talking about giving them money and all that. I'm talking about going back and doing little things like having conversations, having little panels and stuff, and talking to them and trying to help guide them in the right direction versus just talking shit about them. And then you got the niggas that sit there and live off of females. It's sad because you mean to tell me this woman out here working hard, you won't even go get a little punk ass McDonald's job. And I feel you because I seen women be hypocrites. I seen one sister in particular was talking about, oh, yeah, it don't matter if it's McDonald's. That's better than going to prison. And then I helped a brother get a little part-time job where I was working at, saying just washing cars. It was just about $10 an hour, but that was a part-time gig to the other things he was doing. This chick was like, I don't know how you doing that. And number $7. I was like, how you gonna say that's better than prison? Then you shit on somebody. Well, I ain't meaning like, no, you need to stop being a hypocrite and contradicting yourself because you talking down on this brother and he's trying. So for all the niggas out there that don't want to get a job for that, I understand. But at the same time, we cannot keep sitting around living off some fucking female, man. Just get you a little bullshit job and you just keep a couple dollars in your pocket to live your life. Like I be watching this one brother that do comedy skits called Big Job. And he got this it's like 10, almost 11 episodes where his roommate been paying all the bills. And he won't just go get a little bullshit job making like a couple $1,000s a month just so he can pay rent. So the dude be talking shit. He can't have a bitch in the house. He be like, shit be it make you mad, but it's funny because one time he was in there chilling with a chick, and she was like, "Well, who is that?" Because his roommate came in was acting like an asshole, and he was like, oh, "That's my roommate." He was like, "Roommate, nigga, I'm the wind beneath your wings, nigga." Like, but you got dudes that will sit there and let themselves go through bullshit and disrespect because they don't want to do nothing. And to
Nothing.
sit there to live off a female is sickening because it's like, brother. So now, say me as a young black male, us as black males, a lot of us might wear some of the same similar gears. It don't matter if it's different teams, different Nikes, different Adidas. We might dress a similar way. And these females will think that we're like those dudes, and we're not. So now you're messing up for decent brothers, you know what I'm saying, that may want to date a young sister, and she thinking about her last dude. She thinking about her baby daddy. She thinking about her ex. And you may
Right.
not be like that dude, but because he was a buster, she looking at you like him, and you like I'm not like it. Yeah, that's what they all say. And you can't get mad at
Right.
sisters for that because you got a lot of bitch ass niggas that will live off a female. Like I've had a situation before where I stayed with a chick, but I wasn't being no buster ass nigga and just not working because I ain't want to work, and then I'm just using her. You know what I'm saying? Like that's fuck boy shit, and I don't believe in that.
Well, you the opposite of that because I've been knowing you more than half my life, and your ass keep a job, even if that shit is part time. I've known you where you've had three jobs at one time, you know,
No, no, no,
and
no. It's been time. It's been times where I didn't have no work, but to
but you
do.
was trying.
I would try to do something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even if I remember when I used to sell fucking bootleg CDs, and
See,
you know
that's
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying?
saying. You
Yeah,
you at least doing something to contribute. It's some niggas out there that won't do shit. They would just sit there and smoke and play PlayStation, Xbox all day and won't even do that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was speaking of. Where at least you doing something, even if you just selling CDs. You at least out there working, doing something. At
right.
least doing something, and you contributed. Even if a motherfucker only contributing $10, that's $10 more than what the other person had. Period.
hmm So I think it's a lot of that thing, like especially with brothers, and how they conduct themselves, and what I'm saying, having moral responsibility, moral compass about themselves, and what direction they want to go. Because the sad thing is we're facing so much bullshit in this world already, especially in this country. So even if somebody's trying to put you down, talk bad about you, if you have some kind of dignity about yourself, you're not gonna worry about it as much if you have a job or you're trying to be an entrepreneur and do something. Like sometimes we got to find a way. Because I talked to one of my older guy brothers about this. Sometimes you just got brothers out there that just need different avenues on ways of what they want to do with their life, and then you'll find, you know what I'm saying, like value in yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times, a lot of brothers just be missing that. But then you got grown ass men, and me and my partner HD didn't have personal conversations about some grown niggas I know who want to blame their mama for some shit, and it's their
Right.
fault. The decisions that they
Yeah.
made. You can't sit here and tell me at 40-some years old that you still want to blame your mama or it's your fault. No, nigga, your daddy wasn't there. Your mama was. She stayed down and she's still there for you, and you still want to take it out of her.
Right.
Go tell your daddy that. I guarantee your daddy gonna be like, "Fuck, nigga, get the fuck out my face. You a grown ass man. Get the fuck out my face."
Oh,
You
you know
want
what?
to
I'm glad you
your
just
mama.
said that. I forgot. You know what? You're a good partner. I forgot to add that bullet point. The point of where you have so many brothers out there that, like me, growing up without a father. Unfortunately, that happens to a lot of us. I know you may have had, some men in your life, but growing up without your father. A couple of my other friends and associates growing up with single black mothers, and the excuse is, "Oh, I'm the way I am because I ain't have no father." Yo, we need to stop that bullshit because all you doing is continuing the fucking cycle. I ain't have no father, but you know what? I want to be better than whoever that motherfucker was who was my father. And to my son, I want to give him the opposite life of what I had growing up. I didn't have no man to show me how to ride a bicycle. I didn't have no man to have the birds and bees talk with me. I didn't have no man to tell me respect black women. But you know what? Because I didn't have that growing up, I'm going to make sure as long as I'm living and breathing, that I'm going to do that for my son. So all these motherfuckers out there who walking around with the excuse of I ain't have no daddy to show me the way. Fuck that. That's a fucking excuse. You didn't have no father, but be the father that you needed to your children.
Yeah, don't turn around and be no piece of shit because your daddy was a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you
Right.
got a lot of guys that, and I've seen this, not all the time, but then sometimes you have instances where daddy is trying to be there and they kid being a dumbass and don't want to be dealing with their daddy. Then next thing you know in life, when they get older, they be regretting it. I know a couple of brothers like that regret the fact that their dad was trying to be there and they didn't want nothing to do with them. So you have that sometimes as well. So sadly enough, it is a working process. It's not something that's gonna change overnight. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? With the stupid shit that these dumb niggas do or dumb bitches do. But for brothers and sisters that are like us, that's trying to do our best, God willing, we just got to keep working hard to try our best to be an example and be able to talk to people about what they can do to try to be better. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing is always trying to come up with solutions because I that's another thing. I don't like to just down somebody if I'm not trying to help pull them up. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be an anchor at the same time either. So we point out these
Right.
things just because, you know what I'm saying, it does need to be pointed out on both sides. So it doesn't seem like we just be on one side and we hate our sisters. Like, no, that's
Right.
not we don't get
That's
down like
not
that.
it. Right.
All right, partner. So is there anything else you want to add to your topic before we get to our next segment of the show, Black Excellence?
No, I think we hit on all the points, and like you said, we just got to keep going forward and stop making excuses. I think that's the biggest thing for us, for the young brothers. It's always a fucking excuse. Stop making excuses and step up. So yeah,
Mhm.
we good.
All right, cool. So we about to go ahead and skip on to our next segment of the show. This segment of the show is very important because we want to highlight, which is because we always hear the bullshit and the negative stereotypes and condemnation of our people, like we just pieces of shit. And for all those motherfuckers who would rather talk about how bad we are, um, you know what I'm saying? Uh, wait, hold on. You can say something, man. You can correct me. You can correct me, man. You can correct me. My bad, y'all. I said black excellence really is what the fuck. This is our funny shit. You can say it. You ain't gotta tell me, man. You can say it. You be like, hold up, man. Hold up, partner. You skipping a segment. My bad. So really, we supposed to be talking about how what the fuck is something funny that something that we may see and we want to bring to y'all. I'm gonna let my boy HD go first on that, then I'm gonna counter with my what the fuck. So you can go ahead and start it off, HD.
My what the fuck was, this is kind of an old story, but it came up back in 2014. This 17-year-old, now you probably gonna fuck with me because I'm about to fuck his name all up. His name is Wang Shankong from China. This motherfucker really made me say what the fuck because he sold one of his kidneys on the black market just to buy a fucking iPhone and an iPad. This motherfucker wanted an iPhone, the newest iPhone and the newest iPad so bad that this motherfucker went and had surgery to give up one of his kidneys just to get the money to get that shit. And it really made me say, what the fuck? Not just on that, but now, 5 or 6 years later, after him doing this silly ass shit just to get some Apple products, he's bedridden, probably for the rest of his life. He's bedridden because of his he's had remaining organ failure. So now he's spending all his days laying in bed, relying on dialysis just to survive from the kidney failure. So this motherfucker went all out just to get an iPad and an iPhone. Now he can't even enjoy the shit because he laying in bed all day. Can't go on no dates, can't get no pussy, can't do none of that. All over an iPhone. What the fuck?
Yeah, man, iPhone boy. People say they sold for them iPhones. So my what the fuck? Y'all don't think that I'm being like heartless, but it just this shit is just it tripped me out. All right, so so one day I'm up there going into the store and I come out and this homeless guy try to beg me for some change. I ain't say nothing because some days I don't feel like talking because it seems like it's like right now in the bird in St. Pete it's like homeless people is flooding everywhere. So I just like some days I just don't want to, bro. Don't tell me you trying to get no food. Stop lying because it's if you not one of them person that's begging you or say let me work, let me wash your car or something for a couple of dollars. So I just didn't say nothing. Most of the time, they get the hint. Like when you don't say nothing, because you look them dead in your eyes, don't say nothing, keep going. And then I get in my car. Before I get ready to start my car and leave, this motherfucker ran back up on the car and started begging me for change again. Excuse. I'm looking like, what the fuck? Man, if you don't get the fuck, I had to cuss him out. I'm sorry. I had to cuss him out. Get the fuck away from my car. This motherfucker, I didn't say nothing. I walked past and got in my car. This motherfucker followed me to my car. And before I could start my car, tried to beg me for change again. I had to cuss his ass out. It's
Heartless.
just
My
annoying, man.
partner's heartless.
Yeah,
Heartless.
you can call me that because I
Cold as
like
ice.
my thing is this. If somebody I remember a couple years back, I was me and my cousin was riding around and we was going to the Martin Luther King parade. This dude asked me for change. No, he had a sign. He had a sign saying he want change for beer. Why lie? I gave him $5 because I
There you
liked him.
go. There
He
you
was
go.
so honest. Like I give change all the time, but nowadays, since everything has changed, I don't really keep money on me, currency on me like that. Now I might all my money might be on a debit card, so I don't keep
Right.
money on me like that all the time. My shit is on a debit card, so that gets even more annoying. But few days, my bad, end of last week, I think, brother was in his wheelchair, homeless brother in his wheelchair. He asked me for some change. I said, hey, I just got my car. He was like, well, you mind buying me a soda? So at least I know I'm giving it to him. So giving him
Right.
what he asking for. So I say, all right, I got you. And I went in the store. But later on that night, I seen him at another store when I was getting off work. And he tried to beg for money again. I said, hey, I'm sorry, brother. One transaction a day.
Cold as ice.
One
But you know
transaction
what?
a day.
I got duped out a couple months ago like that. This dude up at the Walmart, he was like, "Yeah, man, I really just need some money just to get on this bus. I'm trying to get down." And he said, "I'm trying to get to St. Pete. I gave homeboy. I think gave him like $3, right? A week later, I seen him in the same fucking spot asking for money, and I'm like, yo, your ass wasn't trying to get to know goddamn St. Pete, cause your ass ain't even nowhere near the fucking buses. You way on the other side over here trying to get money for something else. So I know what you mean. Some of these cats be out here scamming and shit. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, if they be honest, just be honest. Cause I used to run into that all the time. Somebody, oh man, I had came down here. I was chilling with somebody. Then next I know, I got stuck in St. Pete. I'm like, okay, then why don't you stay at their house and get
Exactly.
away from them
Well,
and
why
get
don't
back?
your ass start walking? If
Oh,
you
they
trying to get
man,
from St. Pete to Clearwater, you can get there in less than a day.
man, they had kicked me. Man, get the fuck out my face, man. Stop lying, bro. Damn. Well, just say you want some drug money or something. Like I did one time. Me and my uncle was going to the gas station, and this chick was telling me she need gas for her car. She about to run out of gas. Something happened, some bullshit. Now she got this full grown nigga in the car with her, and I'm looking like, so what make you more fucked up than him being a sorry ass nigga? This bitch had a Lexus. I was like, bitch, if you don't get the fuck out my face with that bullshit, you better go turn some tricks, ho, because I can't believe you even tried that stupid shit. You got this full grown nigga in the car, and he ain't got $5. Get the fuck out my face. All right, y'all. So that's our what the fuck shit. Like I said, hopefully you don't think I'm heartless if you do. Or whatever the fuck, man.
Heartless. And don't go selling your organs on the black market just to get a fucking iPhone or a PlayStation, man. Damn.
I doubt that, man, because the fucked up shit I remember is when we did that one what the fuck when we was talking about that young boy in Chicago that killed his granddaddy so he can get some jewelry and some Jordans.
Jeez.
That was fucked up. All right, y'all. So we finna go ahead and switch to